So now it's time to go ahead and edit it now that we have saved our web page address. Now it's to figure out where did the page go now that it's gone. I don't go back to Buzz and go to Unit Board because that would just be the template. So the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and go to Google Chrome. If you don't have Google Chrome, I would suggest you install it. If you don't have Google Chrome and you don't want to install it, no big deal. Just go ahead and search Google. If I didn't have Google up, this is how I would search it. And then I would go to my Google page. And this is what you would see. So you should see a picture if you've uploaded one. You're going to see your mail and images, or it may be something different. This usually kind of customizes to you. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit my little Google Apps. And here I see my sites. Again, if I didn't see sites in this immediate part, I would go to More. And if I still didn't see it, I would go to Even More from Google's. It is there, I promise you. So now we're going to go to Google Sites. And once I hit Sites, you'll see all my different ones that I have done. The one that I'm going to go ahead and mess with or manipulate is Toby in Science D. So I'm going to click on that one because this is the one that I would like to edit today. Again, here we are. It brings me to my home page. That's not where I want to be. I want to edit objects in the sky since that's what I'm working on right now. Again, you see my 3 questions. If you can't find these 3 questions because you've deleted them, maybe accidentally, or you decided you didn't need them but need to come back to them, it's okay. Go back to Buzz and you can find the questions there. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to edit our page. This lets us go ahead and change things. So now that you see the edit, it kind of works like Basic Word. You see all these nice little functions at the top. Before we get too cutesy with our work or we change it so much, we want to make sure that we have the information down. Where do we get the answers to these questions? Well, in your science textbook, all of the assignments that you have done should help you answer these. If you can't remember, can you go back to the science textbook? Absolutely. So now what we're going to do is, we've already read all of our chapters and we've done our work. So we would change it. You can leave the questions, but if you just do a question and an answer, that's not an A paper. It's not going to give you all of your points. So how does the use of technology and telescopes, binoculars, help us learn more in the sky? Well, if I can't remember, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to log back into Buzz. Go ahead and log in. And I'm going to go back into my science course so I can answer my question. I'm going to go into Science Textbook D. I'm going to go back to my science textbook. And now I'm going to go ahead and look at the telescope since the question was about the telescope. Name some of the discoveries with some of the questions in this one. You can go back and even rewatch the video. Now that I really already have done this one, I've done it in this site here, which I changed this and added pictures after. So I changed my answer here. A telescope helps scientists get a closer visual of the stars. Technology has improved our knowledge of stars over the years. I don't want to just copy and paste because that would be plagiarism, and plagiarizing is illegal. You have to have these in your own words. Having it in your own words is not changing 1 or 2 words. So the best thing to do is read information, maybe take down some notes, and then answer the question. So a telescope helps scientists get a closer visual of the stars. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to my objects in the sky. I already have it in edit mode. So I can put a sentence on how technology has helped us learn more about the sky. I can take this question and reword it into a sentence as so. Before I delete the question, I'm going to go ahead and try and put it into a sentence form. So, technology has helped us learn more about the sky by giving us a closer look. Now that I've answered the question, I can either keep this until the end, or I can go ahead and wait till I'm all the way done. Now that I have a sentence about how technology has changed, and since they talked about telescopes, maybe I can research telescopes. I'm going to go ahead, since I searched telescopes, I can go to images. And I see all different sorts of telescopes that I can use. Now, if I search Google Image, it's very easy to go ahead and put a telescope into our nice little web page. It's in edit mode, so I'm going to go ahead. The only thing here when you're inserting a picture is make sure that the cursor right here that's blinking is where I want the picture to go. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to right click onto a telescope. Let's see, this telescope looks pretty neat. So I'm going to go ahead and copy the image. I'm going to go back to my web page. And I'm sorry, whenever I copied the image, I right clicked and I hit copy. Then I'm going to go back to objects in the sky. I'm going to right click here and I'm going to hit paste. Now that's pretty big. I can hit 100% and whoa, that's too big. So I think this size, the original size, is perfect. But I don't like it aligned to the left side. I like it in the middle. So if you look here, you have a line to the left, to the center, and to the right. I'm going to go ahead and click it to the center. Now my picture's here, and it shows us how telescopes have helped us see the sky bigger or closer. Again, I have this sentence written that I know replaces this, so I want to go ahead and I want to put this in the center as well. Since I answered that question, I'm going to go ahead and delete it. And don't worry, if I deleted it and I really needed it, I can always go back and hit undo. And if I hit undo, there's the question. Alright, since I wanted it gone, it's gone. Now, what are the three types of telescopes and how do they work? Well, if you go back into your Buzz video, here we go. You can go back and look at all your different types of telescopes, and you can even go back into your science textbook itself. Or we can also see some here. This is a radio telescope. And then you have three different kinds of telescopes as I showed you here. You have a refracting telescope. And I even put some information here. Did they tell me to add information here? No, but I thought it would be a good touch to add this information so that the reader of my website knows exactly what question I answered. I even gave a brief description of all the different types of telescopes. So here's your reflecting. Reflecting has a curved mirror. And a refracting has two lenses that magnify. And then finally you have a radio telescope. So you can go ahead and you can search these images and add them too. But as you can see, I have one here. Now you can open the image larger. It's always better to copy. You will get a better resolution. So I'm going to right click. I'm going to hit copy image. I'm going to go back to my website, which is objects in the sky. I'm going to have my cursor where I want it. And I'm going to go ahead and label this one as radio telescope. And then I'm going to hit enter again because that's where I'd want my picture to go. I'm going to hit insert and I'm going to hit paste. And as you can see, that is ginormous, way too big. So I can go ahead and look at the different size options that they give me. Let's try medium. Medium works out perfect. Again, I want this in the center, so I'm going to go ahead and click the center button. And here I'm going to click the center button here. Now every now and then it's a good idea to go ahead and save. As you can see, this draft wasn't saved since 8:38 and it is now 10:38, so I'm going to go ahead and hit save. It may take a little while. Now you notice I can't edit anymore. And this image isn't there, so that means the link, something was wrong. So let me go back and edit. And all I need to do now to fix this picture is I'm going to go ahead and X out and go back and get another picture of the stars or telescopes in the sky. Sometimes it helps if you click the link like this, and again you right click, hit copy image, and let's try that again. Again, I'm going to paste it. As you can see, it's larger since I actually opened up the link and made it bigger. So now we're going to go ahead and hit sender, and I'm going to hit save to see if it has the pictures are there and if it's correct. And now it's saving my changes because I have to hit this button again, which I know it's not in edit mode. So now my pictures are right. I didn't finish answering this question, maybe because I didn't get to all the telescopes. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it up for right now. Now, what if I wanted to add a picture and it wasn't here? Maybe it was something that I needed to add that I took a picture. I went outside and took a picture. Or maybe I have a telescope in my room and I want to take a picture. You can easily take your own picture. And the way you would insert is that first you would have to upload or download the picture to your computer. Very important that you remember where it's saved. You're going to go to image. So let me back up and do it again so you can see carefully. I went to insert. Then I went to image. And as you can see now you have an uploading option. If you can see here, this is where I had one done already. And all you need to do is you go to upload and you find one of the pictures that you've taken, which I've already taken one. But let's say that I wanted to add one and this was it. I would hit open. And as you can see, it's uploading and there it is. But that's not the image I want to insert. I'd like to insert this one. So I click on the image that I would like inserted and then hit OK. Now the image is there. It's not where I wanted it. No problem. I highlight it. I can right click and cut. And now let's move it back down where I would like it. And I'm now going to right click and I'm going to paste. As you can see, the refracting telescope is there. I clicked on the link and I hit center. Now if you notice, whenever I do this, it gives us a URL here. Let's see what happens to that. I hit save. Now it's no longer in editing mode and I can't change or type any of the words here. But if I click on this one, it's going to give me this option. I don't want this option to go to this web page, which is just going to make the picture larger. If I show you this way, and if I hit this, this is what it's going to do. I really don't want my viewers to see this page. So what I'm going to go back and do, here we go. All I did was refresh. It was still saved to the old website. No worries. So now I'm going to hit edit page again. And I'm going to click on this. In this URL right here, I'm going to go ahead and hit the remove button. So now when my viewer goes to the refracting telescope, I didn't want it to link to that. So now it's not going to have a link. Let's re-edit it. And let's go ahead and center a title over it. I want this one to be titled Refracting. Let's see. Refracting telescopes. Now, let's say that these aren't big enough. No big deal. I need a space. I'm going to put my cursor here and hit enter for a space. Let's say I want these bolded. You can bold it. What if I want them bigger? You can come up here and make them bigger. Okay, so to complete this website, or this page should I say, I went ahead and I put reflecting telescope. So what I'm going to do is, since I put my title, I'm going to search for my picture. I typed in reflecting telescope. And now I'm going to look for one that matches it. Since this one matches it, I'm going to go ahead, right click, copy the image. Notice that I made the picture larger before copying, so that way it pastes the image correctly. Now I'm going back to my website. I'm going to right click and I'm going to hit paste. You can play with the size if you like. You can go to the center. You can go Small. That's too small. Medium looks about right. So that should work. Let's go ahead and hit save. So now I've answered the first question and the second question. I still have this third question, which you could do to let your EC know. You could also number them as you're doing them, or you can keep the questions as you're doing them. Remember, the more creative that you get, the better your grade will be. So now you should see that have answered the first few questions. For me, this would not be enough information. Yes, I answered them, but I didn't give enough detail and I didn't let my EC or the person that's reading it know that I truly understand what a refracting telescope is, or a reflecting telescope, or a radio telescope. Maybe I should give a sentence or even a summary about them each to get full credit here. Now, if you notice, I have this third question to answer. I will answer this one in the next part 3. I'm going to show you how to add videos to this website. If you notice, these are all the different chapters. I like to break them up a little bit, so what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to insert a horizontal line. So there's my line, and it breaks up my different chapters. Do I need it there? Absolutely not. This is a preference. Do you want it there? Do you not want it there? So if you don't want it there, all you have to do is hit your delete button and it's gone. But I want it there, so I'm going to go ahead and insert a horizontal line because I would like it there. Then I'm going to go ahead and put another space there just to give it some room, and I'm going to save it. So this is how we add pictures in a variety of ways and how to find our website. Again, if you can't remember how to find your website, if you're in Google Chrome, if not, you go to a new tab, and let's say I didn't have Google Chrome, I would go to Google's homepage, and it would be here in the Google Apps site, and again you would look for sites, and you would look for the website that you have saved it in. As you can see, I have a few. Alright, I will see you in the next part. Good luck!